Hey everybody, what I want to run through today is a very quick solution to what I would call a pretty generic system question. And I specifically want to go through a solution today using substitution. So here we go. You take a look at that system, and it's important for us to make sure that we number our systems, or I'm going to call those equations 1 and 2. And what I want to look for in that system is a variable with a coefficient of 1. So I notice in equation 2, my y is all by itself. So what I can do then is I can work my way through to isolate y. So I'm going to take equation 2, and I'm going to get rid of that plus 5x to isolate y. Now that I've done that, I can sub equation 2 into equation 1. I know what y equals. So within equation 1, wherever I see y, I can replace it with what I found in equation 2. And so you'll notice that green line that I just wrote down is equation 1, but where I saw my y, I replaced it with negative 5x plus 12. Now what I created is just an equation with one variable. So I can go ahead and solve that. In this case, I'm going to do all the operations I can. I'm going to expand my brackets. I'm probably now going to isolate, get rid of a minus 24, so I'm going to add 24. That's going to get me to a 29. And now what I can do is I can divide out my 13. So I get an ugly solution maybe, let's say. There is my x value. I can now sub my x value of 29/13 back into one of my original equations to find the y value. I'm going to sub it back into equation 2 just because y already has a coefficient of 1. So that means wherever I see my x, I'm going to replace it with 29/13. Now, the reason I'm subbing back into my original is because I want to use one that I have not manipulated. That way, I'm the most correct I could be. Now I need to simplify that first term, so I need to multiply my 5 times my 29. That's 5 times 20 is 100, and 5 times 9 is 45. Now that I have that term simplified, I can now get rid of my 145/13. That means that I'm going to take 12 and subtract 145/13. Now, I don't normally write that line down because I can already foresee I'm going to need to get the same size bits for my 12. So I'm going to want to change 12 into a common denominator right off the bat. So if I multiply my 12 by 13, well, 10 12s is 120, 3 12s is 36, so 156 is my 13ths. But since I'm going to subtract the 145, I'm going to do it right off the bat. And I found that that is the most efficient way to go through and find my common denominator and isolate when dealing with a fraction. So now that I found x and I found y, I just need to state my solution. I should state my solution as a point of intersection, making sure that I am alphabetically in order. There you go. If you were to produce a solution for me, I would expect to see every bit of that gold for proper form, and then you've got the green for your mathematical solution. I'm hoping that that solution is a good walkthrough for you on a typical problem to solve using substitution. Okay, good luck with your practice.